You like coconut, you like this.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing tonight? Welcome to Ken's Food Review down here at Knife and Spoon. We got a nice little gift from the kitchen tonight. Tuna tartare with some coconut foam. Definitely pretty awesome way to start out this dinner. Wicked excited to try this steak. You got some tuna right there. Look at that. That's some good looking tuna right there.
You like it?
Coconut doesn't really cut it for me, but it's very unique. Definitely an interesting amount of flavors in that. The tartare is the best part. Definitely interesting flavors. It's gonna be an interesting dinner. Stand by for more. Ken's Food Review. We got some beef tartare, steak tartare, some good old steak tartare. It is absolutely delish. Look at that. Nice and red and juicy. Got a little caper up in there. Topped with the quail egg. Huh? Wow. You can taste the smoothness of that quail egg. It tastes like a lot of vinegar-ness to it. Definitely has a vinegary finish on it. It's still pretty good. Top 5. I've definitely had it a few times where, in a few different ways. I think it's a little plain and a little vinegary, but it's still pretty good. It's very tender and rich. It's really overpowering with that vinegar. Still pretty good. That rated a pretty high score. Definitely top 5 out of all the other places I've ever had it. So far, so good. All right, so the verdict is back on the steak tartare. It is a Dijon mustard with a beet reduction sauce that is also on it. So you can definitely have that nice little flavor in the back of the beet, that tart flavor along with that Dijon mustard. It definitely coats it very well and gives it good flavor. The beet also gives it that color that is a little bit off from the other restaurants that I've had it at. And there's capers in it, salt, pepper, all the good stuff. Very well done. This is the end cut, 400 days dry aged. It melts apart and you melt like butter. So more of that mold growth outside of the beef. It definitely gives it more of a more nutty of a flavor. It is absolutely delicious stuff. I definitely say grab some of that blue cheese too that they start you off with and throw it on the steak. Just complements it so well.
Next time we're coming here, it's the same thing. I like this.
It is so juicy and mouth-watering. I wonder why this place has 1 Michelin star already in 2 years. I mean, it's just incredible. It's absolutely out of this world good. Definitely worth the hype and the wait. The outside one definitely has more of a funkier flavor. You got 2 different cuts of the same rack of ribs. The other one is more inside in the middle. Has a little bit lesser of potency and nuttiness. It's still just as tender. It's still aged for 400 days. It's still just as good. But this one has more mold growth on the outside of the beef. All right. How y'all doing tonight? Oops, sorry. So we got the inside cut. I'm gonna finish the steak off. And then we're gonna give this place a rating. We got some mac and cheese too. It's pretty potent. I would say it's probably like a brie cheese.
I'm still telling you. They just exchange stories back there. They don't know. I said, you know, that's why I keep saying, you don't know who we are. We could be those Muslim people. You don't know who we are.
Yeah, right.
We could be the what? We could be the what?
People on that, helping them out with that stuff.
You can definitely tell it's been dry aged for a while, though. I mean, 400 days by now.
Yes, as soon as it comes back over.
Take on the shit.
Are you done with that? You want to eat that? Yeah, eat that mac and cheese. All right.
The middle cut definitely has a lot of flavor. It's a little chewier and it's not as buttery. Definitely has good flavor though. I'm definitely liking it. It's hard to believe they're the same steak.
I think I'm right, Kenny.
So I guess I used a little spoon for, yeah, it is on the outside, so it would be the little one out. You got some
What is it? Fucking critic.
kiwi sorbet,
It's not kiwi, it's lime.
lime sorbet.
Sherbet.
It's French, sorbet.
Surely.
It's lime kiwi sorbet.
Huh?
Lime kiwi sorbet, right?
No, that's heat. It's lime.
Lime.
Yeah, I
It
just
tastes
had
like that flour I ate a
I
little
just
while
had a
ago.
piece of lime zest.
Zest.
Zest fully clean.
It is zestfully and clean. I guess it's the palate cleanse before our dessert and espresso martini comes in. This is definitely a very interesting restaurant. I definitely suggest coming back and trying everything else out. We went with the top of the line steak tonight, so I probably have to do it again and see where we stand on that, on the steak and the quality, and I want to see the consistency of that steak as well. There's a couple things that are off from the other night as far as the consistency goes. But I'm going to hold this place to a higher standard because it is a Michelin star restaurant. It does have that 1 star, and they just got it about 2 weeks ago. So it's going to definitely take them a couple more years to get to that 2nd star and 3rd star and so on. Very good hospitality and very good management in this place. The chef is definitely very personable and a phenomenal place to come. Definitely quite the experience. All right, so we got the dessert. We got the caramel.
30-minute ride back.
It's pretty nice. The consistency is not there with the gold flakes on his that I didn't get any. May not be a big deal, but For a Michelin star restaurant, let's make a break like that. If it's not consistent, you're not gonna get that second star. I kind of went along with the steaks too. The steaks were too far off in flavors. Not really sure what's up with that. I'll give this place an 8. They need to improve on some stuff. I'm gonna judge it. It's a great restaurant. I'll come here again for sure. I'm gonna rate it a little harder because it is a Michelin star restaurant. I expect that consistency and the quality to be there, and it's just not showing right now. The place is still kind of new, so it'll get there. It just needs a little more work. We're gonna go tour the kitchen now, and we're gonna go tour the area where they age the steaks. Definitely wicked excited to check it out. Stay tuned for more.
Take my shoes off. So here it is.
Wow,
The room.
that's pretty incredible. Look at all this meat.
Here, still in the process. Every 45 days. Look at that niceness.
Look at the size of that bone right there.
What's that?
Who's taking that for the dog?
Oh, that's
Smell it.
Nice to meet you, Chef. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, how you doing,
Great
Chef?
spot, brother.
Henning, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What a
Sorry
good
about that.
spot you
Nice
got here.
catch.
I love it.
You guys had the 365, correct?
Yeah.
Nice. How was it?
The first one was really good on the outside, had a lot of good flavor.
Yeah.
The one that was on the inside didn't have as much flavor and it wasn't as tender. So it was weird. I don't really know what was up with that one.
So yeah, just to give you a little background, I opened.
Walk away from the door so they can shop.
All right, yeah.
Originally I opened this restaurant with Chef Gerald as the sous chef.
Yeah.
I left for a year, and with Chef Gerald leaving, Chef John and Chef Gerald thought it would be best if the opening sous chef would come back and be the new chef. So I can tell you, I was actually looking at this meat locker today, and it's just there's something off with it, and I think it's our humidity. So ideally, we want to keep this at like a 70% humidity range, because these steaks should be picking. They should look just like those 365s after like 2 or 3 weeks. They should be completely encapsulated in that white mold.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to. We just got done building a second dry age cooler downstairs on our loading dock.
Yeah.
That's going to kind of be our
Back up.
Well, it's not gonna be our backup. It'll be where all our new meat is coming in, and it'll kind of be just like our aging box. So all our older steaks will be down there.
Yeah.
This will kind of be more of like
60s, 90s.
60s, 90s, but it'll be more of those steaks that we're getting ready to cut, and we're getting ready to, more of a showcase more than anything else.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to keep steak in there for a year without having to rotate it.
Exactly. And that's kind of the
awesome.
issue that we've been having. Especially, we used to get akuushis, which were my favorite steak that we had. The 90-day akuushi was the best. That 90-day is kind of like the pinnacle of that dry aging process for me, anyways. You're getting all those sweet notes. After that, it's kind of getting very earthy
Very much.
and that you get those blue cheese notes and stuff like that. So it's a very interesting process. Especially the way that we're cultivating this mold. It's a naturally forming mold. Typically, how you would do this if you want to get the mold on there, people would take charcuterie mold and they would rub it all over their steaks.
Okay.
But then it just gets a little weird. I'd probably say the breadwinner of why this mold cultivates so well is because of the cows that we use. So everything is coming from 44 farms in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, wow.
They're not eating any corn through their entire life cycle. So what happens when you're dry aging and you have a cow that was raised on corn is they start releasing ethanol, and it's no good for anybody. The flavor is just completely off. So it was really unique, and it was actually the first time I've worked with dry aged meat before that we don't really trim any of that stuff off.
Yeah,
we
you
don't
just
trim
turn it right out.
it's right on that broiler grill. It's such a high heat. That's where you're getting that
Right
midar.
out.
Yeah, you're getting your midar.
Now you want 1200 on that broiler? How high is that broiler going?
Oh yeah, between 8 and 1100 degrees.
right.
Yeah, so it's
right out.
ripping.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting. Like my wife has a penicillin. She's allergic to penicillin, and the mold on here is a penicillin.
Yeah.
So